Hey guys, and welcome back for another Colonel Ping George battle. This time on a pretty crazy looking map. This one's called something gorge. It's got two big hills here, a nice little gorge down the middle, another big hill here, woods here and there. There is a sword dojo on this side, a farmhouse in the middle, and on this side there's a workshop. Now, I brought cannons, and upon first looking at this map, I was in a bit of distress actually. I either could have put my cannons back here and tried to advance up the middle. I thought that would have opened up too many opportunities for me to be flanked. So instead I opted to put my entire unit in army in hiding. I should have said he had the retainer, which allows you to see units which aren't hidden, so I immediately hid my army. And then I actually thought, well, if I can get up this hill, this will provide me with a really good platform for my cannons to set up, for me to get my infantry up here. It was just a really nice platform, so that was my initial goal, to get my cannons up the hill. Now, this turns into quite a bloodbath, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Well, here we go. So, in my army, I've got Colonel Ping George as well, of course, in his nice red suit. I've also got one Red Bear Infantry, which is here. I've got two Vermilion Bird Force. One is the 3rd Guard, so it's an elite unit. One is unupgraded. I've got 3 Black Bear Infantry. I've also got one Elite Spear Levy, which is my first conscripts. I've also got, let me see here, one Kyoto police unit, also slightly elite. I call them the first pikes. I've got Ping's volunteers, of course, in their standard all-white, marching up the hill. I've got Armstrong guns, like I mentioned before, which are going to have a strenuous time getting up this hill. Look how hard these horses are working. And I've got one elite Toso rifleman as well, the 2nd Light Infantry. Now my opponent, whose avatar is called Bashcourt, and conveniently wears blue opposed to Colonel Ping George's red, has command over a couple of units of Yari Ki, which he immediately sends off to capture these locations, and a large force of elite infantry. Now, every single one of these units is elite in some way, and he has 9 units in total. A couple of them are Marines, so he's got United States Marines and Infantry de Marine, and he's got a couple of Vermilion Bird Force units in here as well. Otherwise, it's mainly Black Bear Infantry, apart from 2 units of Red Bear Infantry. Like I said, every unit here is elite. So, as my units were trying to make it up this hill, I find myself pretty worried actually, because, well, I had far less infantry, and, well, line infantry in any case, and my cannons looked like they were going to take 10 years getting up this hill, and without cannon support, I just thought my infantry were totally outgunned. So I was in a bit of desperation here. All my units are tired, but luckily so are his from climbing up the other side of the hill. So we both kind of sit patiently. Well, I wasn't too patient, I was in a bit of a panic at this point, trying to think how I was going to win this. And at the same time, he also caps every single one of the objectives. So the 10-minute timer starts, and I'm like, holy crap, what am I going to do? How am I going to push back 9 units of infantry with my 6 units? Now, I spot an opportunity for my Toso riflemen to get in this thick forest here and start opening engagements on the left flank. I also expand my line out here. Now, I'm pretty worried about the US Marines on this side, plus the Infantry de Marine. They're up against, well, just kind of regular Black Bear Infantry and my general. Now this is the first shots of the game. I move my general up to snipe a few Marines. Now, I didn't really expect them to return fire, but they go ahead and brutalize my Black Bear unit and a few of my general's bodyguard. And on the other side, my Toaster Riflemen have indeed begun proceedings. So I pull my men back, kind of panicking about all of these super elite Marines in front of me, and then, well, I just have to push forwards. Even with suppression firearms, they're slowed down and everything. It just really didn't look good for these guys. I was in big trouble, I thought, anyway. On this side, engagements have begun, so there's big fighting everywhere, and a cavalry charge hits my Red Bears. Now, my Red Bears I specifically brought to hold the flank because they're better in melee than the other bears, and they do themselves proud here. Here comes the other unit. I engage them in here, and I bring up my pikes to support. Meanwhile, they've moved their marine units for some reason, which gives my men a small respite. But one of the units is already broken. I have to bring Colonel Ping George back. I've brought the conscripts up here to support my Toaster Riflemen in case they get rushed, and I decide to pull out this elite unit of Vermilion Bird Force because their morale's low, and supplant them with my Raw Marines. Meanwhile, there is a lot of pressure from all of these infantry. They just have so many against me. My cannons have finally made it up the hill though, and I'm bringing up my reserves. Over on the left flank, it is going much better. My Toaster Riflemen have been dishing out pain constantly and haven't taken a casualty, and I'm bringing up my Raw Marines to bring the pain. Now, meanwhile, my pikes broke the enemy and are immediately charging onwards. Without any cavalry left, I don't really have any qualms about wasting these guys, and the more enemy rifles I can tie up, the better, to be honest, because this is brutal. There are so many casualties from both sides. My cannons open up, right in the middle of these Vermilion Bird Force. Let's see. So my Red Bears, I really should have charged them into this combat. I thought I would shoot into combat instead, but if I had charged them in, I think I could have won that combat. Meanwhile, my reserve unit of Black Bears takes friendly cannon fire and bails massively. Now here, I thought these guys were more reduced than they were, but they continue to focus my Marines since my riflemen are hidden, of course. So I decide to pull my Marines back. Now here I launch, well, a desperate charge with my conscripts to tie up another unit. While meanwhile my pikemen are out of here. They bail. They're in combat with Vermilion Bird Force. My Red Bears are still here. They're pretty steady, still firing away. And this Black Bear unit has been in the fight for a long time, actually. I think they just haven't been focused for most of it. Conscripts going at it with the Black Bears. My cannons open up. Meanwhile, my Toaster Riflemen combined with my Raw Marines managed to break this unit of Black Bear here. My Toaster Riflemen still not having lost a casualty, so I decide to bring these guys over to support the main line, of course. And I bring out this unit of elite Vermilion Bird Force, which I had withdrawn to the forest earlier to recover. Now all my units are looking good. Confident, fresh, confident, fresh, confident, fresh. I mean, it was looking pretty good at this point, honestly. These guys break, and their whole army's wavering, and honestly I couldn't believe it. There are casualties everywhere, but I managed to pull off the win. It was brutal. Both sides reduced to minuscule numbers, and of course 2nd Light Infantry and Ping's volunteers doing all the hard fighting. Thank you very much, guys. I'll be uploading some more content soon. Look out for it. See ya.